Okay, 6 out of 9. That's my only choice, really. It's either that or I use up all my points. Everything's looking good. Fervent morale, devoted obedience 9, invigorated 9, food. If we get a good supply scavenge, then I'll bump up to the 150% food for a day or two to get that nutrition value up. Okay, let's am I worried about keeping the invigorated 9 movement? Yeah, let's keep doing what we've been doing. Okay, 55%. 48, so 50-50 coin flip for another 100. Sure, let's give it a try. We're pretty far over the workforce numbers. We can afford to lose a few of these guys. And I'm not going to go to 150% food yet. We will keep doing maximum guard. Hey, it says we're losing a vigor now. Why is that? Oh, we don't have enough fighters. I'm 1 short. That's why we lose the vigor. Because we're stretching people out too far. Alright, we'll have to go back to standard then, unfortunately. We're at a good morale and obedience at the moment, so we'll see if we get ambushed. So normal, pay, yep, just keep paying everybody, 100% rations, and everybody go scavenging. We made 335, we got about 400 right there. Critical success. Good job, guys. And a standard success. Alright, cool. Another 6, and then we'll be able to bump into the quarry. And looks like we got another location and another location over there. Are these showing up on my map now? Just the quarry, huh? I'm tempted with our cash to go visit Fort Viridium while we're over here. 7's a good number. That leaves us the 2 movement we need to be able to scavenge without losing vigor. What do you think? Should we go visit Fort Viridium? And then loop back around? We're on the road right here. How? Oh, we're right here. That's my movement position. Nah, let's not do that. Let's... Hey, stop it. Let's just do this. We're still off the road here. Okay, so plenty of food. Let's go ahead and kick it up to 150 for a day or so. That's going to bump us up 1 nutrition level to 6. And I'm going to say no to these guys for this one. We got good numbers here now. We're at almost 70%, just shy of 70. 65%, and it goes up to 837. Yeah, alright, I like it. Crit fail, lost a vigor. Damn it. So much for that. Alright, we're at the quarry. Vagrus Quarry. Gigantic basin at the foot of Surgorod's blade is a testament to what several centuries of cruel slave labor is capable of. They moved a mountain's worth of rock and dirt to reach the precious obsidian underneath. Yet at length the black blood of the earth ran dry, and only small amounts are mined these days. And so the quarry under the grim, dark cliffs and the overcast skies now looks even more desolate. The Forum in Vagrus. All the important things happen here. Leave the Forum. Vagrus Quarry, huge hole board. Forum is a site of commerce. Huh. So nothing story-wise to deal with. Supplies are still expensive. We could sell supplies if we think we can get away with it. We're sitting at 6 days. We could sell probably 2 days worth. Our consumption is 100, so it's 104 per day, so 2 days worth would be 208. Do we risk it? Let's not play around with that yet, but it's good to know we can earn supplies and sell them as we travel. I don't suppose you want to buy some crystals at good prices. So, we're at the quarry. Lumen is where we came from. So, you crystals, we were buying at 7.4. We can sell here at 2.4. What a deal. Yeah, that's an awesome deal. Let's not do that. Yeah, it's looking like Torzag's still going to be the best, so definitely can't sell anything here. Do you have anything to purchase other than super expensive supplies? Mushroom beer is in demand. That is an opportunity for us to bring Torzag mushroom beer up here. So mushroom beer from Torag, we'd buy at 9 changers, and they would sell here at 2.3. It's not really that big. Or sell, I mean, here at 2. Yeah, that's not nearly good enough. Huh. Where do you buy cheaper? That's the cheapest that I see out of the places we've been. It says it's in demand, but they're not really paying much. No, actually, that's double. What am I thinking? Yeah, that's double. That's actually good. Especially in quantity. Alright, so I'll have to remember that. They've got obsidian. 10 units per stack. Buying at 6.2. We're going to Torzag. Obsidian's not on that list. Not obsidian. We're not doing obsidian blades, right? Is that the only choice for obsidian? Is it blades? No, there's obsidian. Alright, so we'd be buying at 6.2. Torzag doesn't have a good sell price, so nope. Arcane be a little bit of a profit, and that's the only place. Alright, well, I don't think we're going to be buying anything here. Wine is also in demand. I wish this thing showed the in-demand information. Somehow. I don't know, color coding or something. Okay, so yeah, we're not buying anything. And we're not selling anything. Guess we're just going to move on. Not doing any of this. The Great Slave Market, largest in the region. Sure. The town of Ash. Okay. Did you give me Ash on the map? Ah, there's Ash. Off of Devon. Hey, gang of arrogant youngsters there. Take them along. Exchange news and Twin Towers and Fort Viridium. Unfortunately, no trade house. All right, I think that exhausts my options. Four out of 9. That's not even going to get us off the road. No hunting on the roads. We could still do scavenging, but we're not going to bother with that. Let's just sleep. So, how are we looking? We're down to energetic. So, for that... I'm going to leave things the way they are. Still got our 9 movement points. Alright, we're going to go off-road and just kind of follow it around. So we've got Vigilus Tower here. It's hard to go off-road and get into these locations. Oh, you can go through the mountains. Nifty. Let's see. 6 to there. We could go like so. Let's see. There and there. 8 out of 9. Not what I want. It's a weird path we're traveling. Alright, we're back up to 9 for vigor. Well fed. I don't think I can keep going on the 150% for too much longer. We got to get some hunting done. We're only at a 50-50 split. And, 33. I'm not going to do that one. Let's go with that. Fail 11. Come on, scouts. Pretty much everything is going to keep me on the road. So we got to go to there and there if we want to go into Vigilus. Let's go here. We'll stop and scout, and then we'll be able to get into Vigilus next day. But man, we're going to be cutting our supplies tight. We better get a success this time. A little better chance. 61%. 37, but 6% crit fail. Yeah, I'll take that chance. We're leaving a point left over. Let's go. Let's stay on 100. Damn it! Come on! These numbers! What the hell? Well, now we're in trouble, because I can get there, but then we're going to have to spend a ton of money that we don't have. We're almost out of money, too, so I won't be able to buy much in the way of supplies. This is looking grim. My plan is not working well. Our constant failures to get supplies. I'd understand if I was rolling like 48, 20, 6, 37, but no, it's like 11, 12, 10, 14. Well, I don't really have a choice. Vigilus Tower. Tower of Dark Rock guards the great valley between the imposing Blackblood Mountains and Surgorod's Blade, ever vigilant, ever menacing under ashen skies. Garrisoning the Empire's finest and bravest, yet duty at such a remote and desolate place can grind away watchfulness and boredom, has been known to turn the most loyal of warriors into marauders. Vigilus, however, has a grand reputation to uphold. No trade, no mancio, no factions. Youch. Try to speak with someone in authority. Tell them you return when you have business. I'm not going to try that. Wow. We're going to have 1 day of food when we get done here. And I have no rest option here either. What the heck? Can I not sleep here either? Oh, there we go. Hey, I can hunt. Apparently this is not on the road. That's interesting. Not great chances, but we're still going to try it. Sure. Crit success. We got stuff. Hey, we failed and still got stuff. A 15 got us 14 supplies. Interesting. Nobody harmed. We got some food. We got some ivory and some hides. Alright, cool. That helps out a ton. So 9 to there, but then I won't have any points left. I can't get off-road. Stop it. I can't get off-road and still have points left, so we're just going to have to do a day of not. What if we went south of the mountains? I'm not sure if there's any locations for us to visit along here. We've been up here, and then we went north to Arcane. So I'm wondering, maybe we should go south of the roadway? Hey, that's perfect right there. 7 leaves me 2 for scouting. Gets me off the road. Yeah, let's go this direction. Alright, so 59's good. We haven't had any losses yet doing this stuff. Still 6% crit fail. That's all good. I think I'm going to risk going 150 again. We're back down to sustained. Alright, we got some bone and hides again. Do one more day at 150. Fail of 3, and it wasn't a crit fail? A 3? Wasn't it? I guess that's right. His crit fail was less. The other guy's crit fail was 6%. I didn't look at his exact number. 4 days, well-fed, invigorated, devoted, fervent. So we're doing good at keeping all of these numbers high. We're moving slower than I would like, though. 7% crit fail. Let's pull them out of the loop. He's now at 3 with a low chance, so much failing. We're down to 2 days, but we're in reach. Oof, yeah, it keeps getting worse the closer we get to Torzag. I'm going to assume close to big cities like that, it depresses the local scavenging numbers. Alright, back to 100. All the metrics are looking good, but we're really short on food. Luckily, we're back to the, hopefully, still 1 cost per for supplies. Not changing any of that. Yeah. Failed, but we brought in a little bit. Alright, we're back to Torzag. Guards, nothing to hide. Pay the tax. Some passengers part ways thanking you for your services. So, a little bit of money, not much. And we got a couple of points with House Darius. Cool. So we had no faction missions. We delivered the passengers. We brought some materials with us. And we found some. So, we're going to be selling the Ceruleus here. We're looking at... we bought it at Lumen. Let's, alright, whatever. 10 days old. We bought at Lumen the crystals 7.4. And we're selling for 1.0. So, 30%. These other materials we'll probably just sell. I don't really care. They're such small quantities. So crystal price to sell. Pretty much just right at 1 of the brass. Sell a full stack. It doesn't seem to change the price on the fly. I don't know if I'm not doing enough to change the price, or if the price only changes after you like process a day, it then calculates everything and you might see a difference. Nope, it does it on the fly. So there you go. Now I know for sure. So we sold enough to actually bring the price down a bit. Ivory. It's only worth 6 of the Leerg. Bone. So bone, a couple of Leerg, and hides. Alright, a little bit of supplement. It's all good. What I'm not seeing is, you know, profit. Weren't we at 51 when we were back at Lumen? I think it was Lumen. We were looking at about 51. So we managed to get back here at about a net even. I don't think we lost anything, but we didn't really gain anything. We didn't even gain any faction. So the return trip was a bust. We figured out a few things. We gained player knowledge and the mechanics and some practicing, but cash-wise, faction standing-wise, etc., I don't think we gained at all, other than that tiny bit for the passengers. And the price of supplies is still 1, so that's good. So let's do the minimum that we've been doing. Get me to 500. That gets me the 4 days. I'll probably go at least 1 more. Let's just do it. Gets us to 7 days. I think 7 days with a little bit of salvaging will get us pretty much anything we want. Alright, let's do the Mancio stuff. Luminous Weed. Trade news, exchange, passengers going to Devon, Arcane, and I don't know where the Mines of Plenty is. 65 days! Must not be anywhere close. Although 50 days for Arcane. That is a ridiculously long period of time for a trip to Arcane. Alright, we might do another run up to Arcane. Rumors. What do we got? With Devon being situated wholly underground, it comes as no surprise that people there require ways to produce light more than anywhere else. Bright kelp is said to be extremely sought after for its ease to handle and persistent glow. Bright kelp to lumen, huh? Bright kelp. 30 units, huh? No idea if this is a good location for considering bright kelp. Bright kelp, what's the lowest buy price? 8.5. So it looks like Kernak, south of us where we started, has the best, but I mean, it could be, this is old info, and it might be that they have 3 units, which would absolutely not be good. That's part where I haven't figured out yet how to deal with. How do you get a feel for knowing how many they might have at a particular location? The fact that it's so cheap here leads me to believe they might produce it in the region, and they might have a good supply. So maybe a trip down south to Kernak, and then a long trip up north. I mean, we'll stop back here. So Kernak's where we started down south. And then Devon is way the hell up there. Devon's kind of the northern limits of the playable map area. I have to think about that. Let me catch up with chat here. It's been a while since I paid attention to you poor guys. Anytime I'm playing a new game and I'm learning things constantly at your guys' expense. New game, have to catch up some VODs? Yeah, I mean, this is the first time I've played it. I played this once a year ago. I did one stream on it a year ago, and I was interested enough. I was intending to continue playing it, but, you know, I'm flighty and easily distracted, so I got busy doing something else, apparently. So I noticed this was on the turn-based sale that Steam had a week ago. I think it ended a few days back, but I saw it was on sale, so it got brought back to my attention, and I decided to jump back in, so here we are. Okay. Let's see. Planning this out. So my goal, of course, is to gain money, earn money. In addition, I want to take just enough risk to expand the places I visited, because that's what's going to earn us insight, finding new new locations. So if we look at our character sheet, we've got 3 insight now. And I think we got some of that because of the locations we just visited. They were terrible for trade value purposes. But the 2, prison and the quarry, or not prison, the guard place and the quarry, I think got us an insight point each. So unfortunately that's not enough yet for me to get this. I need, what, 1 more, I think? So we still can't put that guy to work quite yet. So of the locations here, we haven't been into Tarathian's Fall. We could go down to that and then dogleg over to Kernak Way Station just to see if there's anything over here and hopefully get some insight points. Don't know if it'll be dangerous or not. But I'm not convinced it's worth this long-ass trip for the Bright Kelp. That's basically the far south edge of the playable map up to the far north end of the playable map to do. Now we'd be able to stop in between. We could go from that station in the south back up to Torzag and do things, and then take some additional items up to Arcane, and then kind of work our way up to Devon. But that is a long trip if we try to off-road that. But I suspect there's going to be quite a few tolls on this road and tax collectors. So it's just really the mystery of how much this place has. Let's do that. Let's just do it. I think a safer thing to do would be just to do a few more runs up to Arcane and back. I'm not convinced Lumen was worth the trip just because of the exorbitant fees and the lack of return trade. Yeah. So, we're stocked up on food as well as I want to worry about. We've got plenty of slots for other things. So we're going to go south. Let's see if we can figure out what we might be able to buy to take to Kernak. So we want to buy here and sell in Kernak. Mushroom beer. First thing we want to look at is what has the most quantities. So, what are we looking at? Mushroom beer. Definitely mushroom beer is a possibility. I'm not sure about mushrooms. I say we just take a couple of stacks of mushroom beer south. Or let's go check the prices, see what they were back when we previously went. So mushroom beer. We'd be buying at 9 of the changers. And Kernak, I mean, it's a small profit if the prices are the same. We couldn't, I don't think we could take a lot. I think we would saturate the limited market there pretty quick. So that's not a big price potential. I mean, there. It's even worse. It's a 10% profit from what we can see currently. That's pretty bad. Good old Vagrus Quarry. We could double our money. But we wouldn't be able to get much back again from Vagrus. Yeah, I don't know. Go ahead and show everything. Let's go full stack prices. Sometimes a little easier to notice the differences. So definitely not. Oof, definitely not. I don't want to look at this full list every time, so that's why I was trying to see the things that they have a lot of. I don't think any of this stuff is going the right direction. So for a full stack of mushroom beer, we'd be buying it for 2.2, and we'd be selling it theoretically at Kernak for 3. So I think we'll go ahead and take the I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. 2.2 and 2.5. Mushrooms are unfortunately 3 and 3. Yeah, I don't know. The trip down, I don't have a lot of profit potential. Now the prices are old. maybe they've changed to the better from my side. Let's go ahead and take at least a stack. So we'll just drag a stack. That doesn't cost much. I want to leave room for lots of supplies we might be able to sell down there if we get lucky. So let's do that. Alright, I think we're done there. Lots of stacks. I probably should have checked the faction stuff first, actually. So we do have a supply run going to Karnak. So that's good. One. Come on, give me at least one more. Just the one. Lumen, Arcane, Devon, Lumen, Arcane, Lumen. I really don't want to go back to Lumen. There's a lot of Lumen. A lot. There's like 5 of them, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 going to Lumen. Damn. I would love to finish one up for House Oakwoe, because that would get us over the level 1. So, how many Arcane are there? Maybe this will change my mind. Arcane, Arcane. Three to Arcane. Ooh, the church. Deliver mushroom beer. What is the mushroom beer? Ah, damn it. That was the wrong buttons to push. I wanted to look at the mushroom beer to Arcane possibility. Mushroom beer, buying it 2.2 to Arcane. Ooh, it's double. Not quite double. Yeah, I might have to change my mind. Let's do one more Arcane run before we try to do the Bright Kelp thing. I don't know how long the kind of rumor things are good for, but I'd like to get my cash built up a little further. So let's do this. Let's do Arcane. You only. Oops, I don't have enough space now. I gotta sell back some of the stuff. So there's a loss. And they replace it with what I just got rid of. Okay, so yeah, let's do a triple run for factions. Try to get our House Oakwoe status over the level 1. More scouts. More scouts. So we're up to 113 consumption. I think we're still okay there. And do we need more fighters? We need 16 to be fully defended. 3 more fighters. Now we're up to 119. Can fully defend 6 days with the 500 food we've got. And we're going to Arcane. Alright, no beasts, no other crew. Not buying anything from the market. I am not going to go exploring right now. When we come back, we'll do some exploration so we can see what that looks like. We'll save the game and go tour the Undercity. Alright, we're all done, right? I just need to sleep the night away. All of our stats are good. 9, 9, 7, 9. So I don't need to do a fancy rest. We'll just sleep on the floor. Okay, so do we do the same route we did last time? Yeah, I think we do the same route. Let's just take a max move to here, and then the second day we'll be able to start doing the foraging off the road. So off we go. We haven't had any random encounters on the road yet. Let's go ahead and now 4 days. Let's wait until we get a supply check. Oh yeah, I'm back in a situation where I have no extra slots. I need to eat the food in order to then replace it with scavenged food. So let's stay at 100%. Pay now. We have enough guards. Nope, we're gonna lose again. Is that because we brought extra passengers? Because now I don't have enough, and the workforce thing is closer. Damn it! I guess I should have checked again before we left. Yeah, I'm up to needing 17. Alright. Gotta remember to check that. Uh-oh. Oh, you're just telling me about quick camp and auto march? Yeah. Okay, 7 is a good number. Go ahead and take me there. Whoa, terrible numbers. Percentage number there is good, but that's terrible. And we're up to 7% with only a 35 success chance. We're too close on our workforce needs now. I can't risk these guys. If we go under our workforce needs, it will cause all sorts of problems. Failing is not good. And now we're stuck with the 3 for every move. That gets me 8. 8 doesn't help me. Yeah, crap. 6 and then 9. This could be a dicey one. Ah, there we go. That's much better. Still a pretty high crit fail rate. We're down to sustained. I can't afford to bump up to 150 again, though. Come on, give me a success. A pretty bad roll. We got a little bit of help. Nobody got hurt. Okay. If we do a max move, we definitely can make it there. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, 2 moves we can make it there. So we've got 1 day to spare if I don't stop to scavenge. Otherwise, it's going to be several days, and I'm going to be taking a 50-50 chance. And the number's back down again. There we go. Score! Crit success. Unfortunately, we're going to have to leave stuff behind because we got no space for it. No slots. Those dirty faction merchants have filled up all my cargo spaces. We got to leave all this behind. But we're refreshed again, so let's just get to there, and then we can get into the city, full move next turn. $57. Definitely seeing better numbers the more scouts I add in. We just got all the secondary costs involved, and if we get a series of bad rolls, with the extra scouts being fed each day, it could turn pretty ugly. Let's go ahead and bump back up to 150 now that we've got a few days of cushion. Get that nutrition back up. Yep, got to leave most of it behind. And we'll just head right into town. All right, tax collector's gone. That's a good payout for such. Oh, 22% tip. And 3 with the church. 3 faction. I think that's based on how quickly we made it. I think the faster you get there, based on the total time they give you or something. Or this is totally random, the tip amount, but I'm not 100% sure which. -1 morale, crowded camps. What the hell's that about? Oh, we hit some, that's right. So there are some soft caps, I believe, and we have exceeded one of the soft caps, causing this -1 morale, because the Comitatus is too crowded. Does it mention it somewhere? Crowded camps. Effects, chance of losing morale during camp. Only natural that there's a friction between crew members of a Comitatus of this size, which may cause an occasional drop in morale. Alright. What I'll probably do... I don't know if certain skills increase these numbers, these caps. They must, because I know the caravans can get really big. But I don't know what controls that number and the values there. But we'll probably drop a couple of scouts. We'll keep 20 as my number, I think. We're riding kind of the edge of our workforce. But removing a couple of scouts will help a little bit. So we'll see what we can do. I don't want to run continuously with this negative morale. Okay, we made it to Arcane. Go to our faction turn-ins. Another pretty good payout for pretty quick trips. We got 12, 12, and 12. We definitely should have qualified for House Oakwoe's Tier 1. Maybe some of the others too. We'll have to go look. Rewards. Still no reward. This is kind of darker black. Insufficient faction presence. Oh, okay. Insufficient standing. As well as presence. Alright, so this is more fancy stuff for later then. We won't bother looking at this for a while. Devon, near Arcane. Love that. Vernum, back to Torzag. Lumen, back to... Oh, near Torzag, and that's an abduct. Let's stop looking at the stuff I'm not going to do. So Devon, Vernum, Torzag, Lumen, another Torzag, Lumen, and Lumen. So lots of Lumen. I don't want to go to Lumen. I just don't. Okay. But we're up to 67, and we have supplies. Look at all those supplies we have. Why do I still have mushroom beer? Did I actually have my own stack? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I guess I did have my own stack. Alright, let's go to the marketplace. Sell the mushroom beer. And I forget what you guys produce. Marble? This is the marble place. Marble. Yeah, 75. So, oops. Marble, 4.4, and cells 8.3. So we're definitely going to go back to Torzag with a bunch of marble. That's a really nice number. Actually, that's the full stack amount. Yeah. 8 units per stack. Alright. So, good profit level per stack, 8 units per. They've got 75, so they've got 9 stacks. That'd be 36. We can afford the Bros, so... yeah. We can't carry that many stacks, of course, and we need to get the factions loaded up. Do we get another animal, another beast of burden? I'm not sure when I can kind of be safe-ish with expanding further. We're already starting to run into problems with large Comitatus. Let me go look at here first. Bill Insight 3, can't get the authority up. Not going to level anybody. Perimeter alarms. Plus 20 vigilance while camping. And plus 10 defenses at your outpost. Don't see anything there I'm too worried about. Alright, let's grab these Torzag shelter ones that we know we're going to take. Okay, still leaves us 3 slots, so we're going to take our own marble for the rest of it. Nobody to take with us. Travelers you talk to at a tavern show you intricate crystal items they bought from a master crystalmancer in Lumen. She buys and sells all manner of magic items too. Yeah. That does not help us right now. Alright, so we've checked rumors and passengers. We've got our faction items. I'm debating another Beast of Burden to give us even more slots. To do that, I'd have to increase our workforce also. And then possibly our guard force, and we're already getting a crowded camp. I don't know how often that drop in morale might occur. We can compensate for that a bit by extra food and sleeping in the inns, things like that. So it might be easily countered. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? So, Beast of Burden. Maybe some horses. So horses provide 7 cargo each. We are at 291. If we can get if we can get 8 more cargo, we'll get another cargo slot. So that would be like a couple of horses or 1 horse and a worker. And we're going to need more workers anyway because we're now under our workforce allotment. So let's go ahead and get 2 horses, which increased our workforce need. This is going to be interesting. And then slaves and workers. So I haven't talked much about the difference here. So slaves carries 2 cargo each. The problem, and then workers carry 1 cargo each. So they carry more. They're more expensive to purchase, but you don't have to pay them on an ongoing basis. And they have the possible negatives of becoming disobedient and running away or fighting or things like that when things get pretty bad condition-wise for them. So that's where this obedience trait comes in. You want to keep this high to keep the slaves in line, plus the companions you get. Certain ones are going to have, like slave driver here, plus 50 discipline. So depending on how you want to set up your caravan and whether you want to rely on the slave trade or not, and dealing with the potential problems there and the differences in the monetary situations, you know, you do different things. But we've got to make up at least 5 more points or so of workforce. So I'm going to not go into the slave trade all that much for this run. Let's just hire some more workers. There's not that many available, unfortunately. That gets us just over again. You can also butcher your pack animals for food in an emergency. Partially defended, so now we're under here. I need at least 1 more fighter. Alright, so we can do max defense. We've got just barely enough workforce. If we lose anybody, we'll have problems. And we've opened up more cargo slots, a lot more cargo slots. They are. Yeah, there's a whole slave trade thing. They have certain values you can buy and sell at different locations. And one of the messages, rumors, info things we got mentioned that the city of Ash is kind of the center of the slave trade. So I assume you can buy them cheap there and then sell them for more elsewhere. So, yeah, they're a marketable good as well as essentially a pack animal. But I assume you have to go and specifically build your caravan traits, your character's traits, your companion setup. Certain items probably make a difference in order to kind of leverage the quote-unquote benefits of that system. So we're not going to be looking into that in depth in this first playthrough. Okay, so big upgrades. We got another beast. We've increased our caravan. This is what I'm worried about the most. I guess I'm going to have to do this. I need a little bit of leeway here. Look at the consumption has gone up. Ooh, consumption has really gone up. And now, unfortunately, we're back to partially defended. It is such a intricately welded together system. Get these, you need more of this, which causes more of this, which has a secondary effect of this, which tags into that. All right, I think that's where we're going to settle. We got a few points available of workforce if we lose somebody. Our consumption has gone way up. I think I'm going to starve to death. I mean, we've increased our consumption 50%, and I don't know if I can get enough value out of it. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do with all this cargo space. I don't have a ton of money. I can buy a little bit more marble, and then we have some space left over for us to accumulate, hopefully, more supplies while we travel. So I think that's what we're going to try to do. So let's just grab some more marble. I'm going to leave these 4 available and leave some cash available. And I think that's it. So we do need to rest. Let's go ahead and rest in town. We need to get our morale back. We are already maxed on vigor. It's almost 2. Ouch. So morale and nutrition we need. Let's go ahead and pay it. All right, off we go. So 9998. I mean, we're looking really good. 3 days of food. Oh my God. Maybe we're gonna go back in and buy another stack of food at exorbitant prices. That makes me so nervous. If we could just get a few days of bad rolls, we could be only halfway there and starving. That scares me. Oh, it's going to be so expensive. All right, 5 days. That's what I'm more comfortable with, but I really was hoping not to do that. 7 is what we want. Leaves us the 2 movement points to do the scavenging. What do we got? Ooh, holy crap, that's bad. Wow. I wonder how it determines these numbers. That is awful. So we're going to stick with 100%. We're at 8. We'll drop to 7. We will keep our obedience. We'll keep our vigor. Morale is 8. All right. 45% versus a 6% crit fail. All right, we'll let them do their thing. Pulled in a tiny amount. Another super low number for my hunters. I don't get... I mean, I think we've succeeded, what, maybe 3 times out of 20 attempts? And they've all been around 50% generally. So how is this using the XCOM math model? Because it's extremely unbalanced with what I've seen so far. Why are these things filled in when I haven't clicked on anything yet? What is that indicating? That's got to have some kind of a reason. Is that the path I took recently? And does that affect my scavenging chances? Huh. What do you think? Do we cut off to the side here? Then take a slightly different route down? The only thing I can think of is that it's showing me nodes that I've been on recently. I don't know if it's nodes that it can't be nodes that I've scouted on or salvaged on, because we wouldn't have done it on every single spot. Yeah, let's go off path a little bit. Wow, 5 to get from there to there, huh? I don't like the number 8. No, see, now these are filling in. Well, no, that one hasn't. I don't know. I could go 5 to there and then kind of work my way around. I don't know if these actually mean anything or not. I'm going to assume they do. Let's go a full movement to there, because I can't dawdle too much. We don't have that much of a cushion. Guess it would have been cheaper taking that other line. Oh well. So now if I try to do this, it's going to cost a vigor point because I don't have the leftover movement points. We're up to a 67% though. Is it worth it for 67%? Even those guys have got a 48. I think I'm going to go ahead and spend the vigor. Let's see if we can get a score here. Stay on... No, there's no reason not to be on the high level. I paid for those extra guards for a reason, so that's how we keep our morale up to combat the overcrowded caravan. Yeah, alright, so we go to max guard. Staying on 100% rations, unless we get a big score here, then we'll switch back, and I'm just going to keep paying everybody every day. Keep them happy. Critical success. Holy crap. Finally. That is almost 800 supplies and some secondary items. Can we carry that much? Barely cannot. So I believe it automatically leaves the least valuable items, so you don't have to go checking the price histories and all that. But yeah, that's a big score. Cool. Now we can start binging. I only need a few of those, 1 or 2 of those per leg of a trip. Okay, it's still showing the filled in values. That is exactly the path I've taken previously. Let's go, let's see, it's going to be 5, 6, 7 to there. Let's go there, and then we'll cut down onto the road. Actually... I'm going to go a turn without scouting. We'll just go max movement. We might do max movement the rest of the way, because we don't have any space for anything anyway. Uh-oh. Here we go. -1 crowded camps. Sudden gales and odd wind are no strangers to wanderers of the wasteland such as you, but even you have to admit that there is something different about these gusts. It's almost as if there were voices on the wind, barely audible, just beyond the threshold of perception. Whispers. People stop in their tracks to listen and frown in concentration. The whole experience is quite unnerving. You calm them, ordering everyone to focus and get a move on. The crew trudges on, trying not to think about it. Eventually, the wind dies down. Alright, I think that's what triggered the -1 morale. The spooky winds and the voices. What the? Oh, I was trying to move there and we got stopped by the event. Okay. Okay, so... no slots still. So no point in doing the scavenging. So we're not going to do that. We're out of normal movement points. Let's go 150% on the rations. Get us back up to well fed. Everything else is looking good. I need to get that vigor point back. But we'll be okay. Alright, so as soon as we hit this point, we're on the road the rest of the way. So do we stop early? I'd lose another vigor point if we went to there and then camp to scout, but it's too short to go just here. Or we head back to a point we've already previously stopped at. Yeah, let's go there. We still got plenty of food. 50-50 chance, up to 1,000, only a 2% crit fail. Don't need those guys. See, it's funny. It is quite random in both the success rate here, but also the amount. Because we've had sometimes where it said like 15 fail, but we still got some materials. So there's a die roll going on both. Alright, 5 days. 8 to there, and then the next day in. Let's just go 6 and then in. So we can't hunt on the road, 0% chance. Back to 100, we're up to nourished. We're invigorated because we've been leaving some movement points left over, so we're almost maxed on everything. If I did 150% one more time, we'd probably max out. Which isn't a bad thing. We're not gonna be able to sell supplies there at a real profit. We can dump some, but let's not do that. Let's go ahead and eat the food and get maxed out on nourishment so we can keep everybody super happy. Alright, we are back.